I don't really know how to start this video, so I'm gonna just get right into it. The Cavs acquired D-Wade, and I'm not so much shocked or surprised that we got D-Wade, because we all knew if he got a buyout from the Chicago Bulls, then he was going to end up on LeBron's team one way or another, whether it be trade, buyout, free agency, something. We was going to get D-Wade no matter what. Now, when Melo went to OKC, I was thinking, I'm not going to lie to you, I was thinking like, yo, D-Wade's probably going to consider going to OKC with Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Melo. Like, he fits in that 2 spot. It would be Westbrook, D-Wade, Melo, Paul George, somewhere in between the 3 and 4. Y'all can switch however you want. So I'm like, all right, we might get D-Wade, you know what I'm saying? I made a video reacting to the Kyrie Irving trade, and it wasn't so pleasant, or wasn't towards the Cavs side. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. I wasn't for the trade. I'd rather have Kyrie Irving rather than the picks that we get, or the players that we got from Boston. But it's been like a month or 2 since that happened, and I'm really excited for what we have. I think we have the best team LeBron has ever had, top to bottom. This is the deepest, most versatile scoring, playmaking roster that LeBron's ever had. I really believe that we have something special if we can get it all together. No injuries. D-Wade's injury prone. Derrick Rose, that nigga needs is non-existent most of the time. So if we can stay healthy, combine that with LeBron and Isaiah Thomas coming back probably in January, February, around the All-Star break, whatever the case may be. Not only do the Warriors have trouble, but I feel like there's really nobody that matches up with us on paper. Now, the Warriors have KD, Steph. We know what the Warriors have, and it's deadly, you know what I'm saying? Let me just put some structure to this video because I don't want to rant. I'm going to just not react. I'm just going to give my opinion on the biggest offseason moves so far. Now, there's going to be moves that I don't mention, kind of like the D'Angelo Russell trade and shit like that. That shit's important, but it's not big enough to be in this video. I'm going to be talking about the Paul Georges, the Chris Paul, the Jimmy Butlers, the D-Wades, the Melos, all that shit's going to be in this video coming up. So yeah, let me just finish what I was saying about D-Wade, how I feel about this whole Cavs situation as a whole and going into the season. Like I said, when we got rid of Kyrie Irving, it was kind of hard to deal with that because y'all don't really understand how cold that nigga is, how much of a fan I am before LeBron even went back to Cleveland. So dealing with that, it was kind of tough, and I wasn't really too happy with what we got in return. But after a month or 2 of thinking about it, it's like we really got Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder, D-Wade, Jeff Green, Kyle Korver, Derrick Rose. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. It just got so many players, it's hard to think of them all coming off the bench. Now, with that being said, we add D-Wade. I don't want y'all to think I don't know the player D-Wade is. He's not 07 D-Wade. He's not even 2014 D-Wade. He's D-Wade. He's about to retire soon. You throw that into a starting lineup with Isaiah Thomas, D-Wade, LeBron, Kevin Love, and Tristan Thompson. That is deadly. And then you name the niggas we have on our bench. It's just like there's not a roster in the NBA that's better than ours right now. There's probably... You could say, oh, they don't fuck with the Warriors. They're going to get swept by the Warriors in 4. Or whatever the case may be, that's cool. But what I'm saying right now on paper, we have the deepest, best roster in the NBA, and I don't even think it's close. Now, when it comes to D-Wade, like I said, I'm very fucking excited. I am excited to have Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder. I know I made a video and it was kind of bashing the Cavs organization and all that bullshit, but I feel like nigga, we finna be so deadly, dog. It's like when Isaiah Thomas gets healthy and Derrick Rose has a chance to become or go back to his MVP form in a way, like that all-star D Rose, nobody can guard him type of way. I feel like those 2 niggas in itself, not even counting D-Wade and all the other pickups, those 2 niggas right there instead of Kyrie, I feel like those 2 niggas added up is better than Kyrie for the Cavs right now. Now, Isaiah Thomas and Derrick Rose are not better than Kyrie, but we have them together, paired that with LeBron in our roster. We're already a better team than when we had Kyrie. Now, those are just 2 niggas, Derrick Rose and Isaiah Thomas. Like I said, we picked up so many more niggas, and you add that to our already existing structure, the best player ever in LeBron James and Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson and Jeff Green, Kyle Korver, Shump, JR, Jose Calderon. There's just so many fucking weapons we have now to go against the Warriors. Now, I'm not even thinking about the Wizards or the Celtics with Kyrie. I don't think they pose a threat to the Cavs. The only teams in the NBA, we're going to get into it in a little bit, the Thunder, the Warriors, the Timberwolves, the Spurs, the Rockets. That's really it. That's the only teams I can see going 5-6 games with the Cavs. Warriors, that shit, if we meet up, it's probably going to be a 7-game series. So I feel like those teams are the only teams that can really not give trouble to the Cavs, but make it competitive. Any other team besides the Warriors, it's just like, y'all not fucking with us. All right, so enough about the Cavs. I'm pretty sure you guys can tell how excited I am about the moves and what we acquired. I just don't want y'all thinking I'm a bandwagon D-Wade fan or bandwagon Derrick Rose fan or bandwagon Isaiah Thomas fan. I really respect and love these niggas outside of them being on the Cavs this year. Like, I really want y'all to understand how much of a basketball fan I am outside of the Cavs. And these niggas joining the Cavs, it's just icing on top for me as a fan, and it's lovely. So let's just get into the other offseason moves real quick. I think I'm gonna go on a timeline of biggest moves and when they happened first. So I think the biggest moves outside of like I said, D'Angelo Russell, that type of shit. I think the #1 trade that was biggest that happened first was Jimmy Butler going to the Timberwolves. And then I think if you're an NBA fan, when it comes to the Timberwolves, I feel like before every season starts, every year it's like that sleeper team this year is going to be the Timberwolves. They have a coach now in Tom Thibodeau. They have Andrew Wiggins, Karl-Anthony Towns, Zach LaVine. We have Shabazz Muhammad. I feel like for years we've been saying that, and every year they suck. And I don't know what it is about the Timberwolves. They have so much potential to be great. I don't know if it has something to do with their youth, their inexperience, their immaturity, or whatever the case may be. I just feel like every year they have a chance to do something special, and this year is no different. They added Jeff Teague, Jamal Crawford, Jimmy Butler. You have Karl-Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins there. Ricky Rubio's gone, thank God, because he's trash. So I think this year for the Timberwolves could be that year where they're pushed over the hill and they're in the playoffs finally. I think like a 7th seed or the 8th seed is suitable for them. I don't see nothing too crazy for them. They'll probably lose in the first round to the Warriors or something like that, the Rockets, the OKC Thunder. But making the playoffs, I do see that for them this year, whether it be the 7th or the 8th seed. I just don't want y'all, if you're a Timberwolves fan or a Jimmy Butler fan, I don't want y'all to expect too much from Jimmy Butler. He's an all-star, but he's not mellow. He's not Paul George or Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving, LeBron. He's not in that level to where he's gonna transform your franchise. Yeah, he's a capable scorer. He's a great defender, but he's not that transcending player that's gonna transform your franchise. So I do expect good things from Jimmy Butler and Timberwolves, but I don't see them making it to the Eastern Conference Finals or anything like that. Now, this next move happened, but I'm going to pair another offseason move into this. Now, that's Gordon Hayward going to the Boston Celtics, and then eventually Kyrie Irving getting traded there. So I don't want to speak bad about the Celtics because it's just going to come off as me being salty because Kyrie Irving left the Cavs, and that's not the case. Like, I'm really going to speak facts when I talk about the Boston Celtics. I don't see any threat when it comes to the Boston Celtics other than Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward. They have Al Horford and Marcus Smart, but who's worried about Al Horford and Marcus Smart? Like, we've dominated them talking about the Cavs in the past, 2-3 years in the playoffs, and they haven't done shit. I'm talking about Al Horford and Marcus Smart. So, other than Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward, what threat? Jason Tatum's nice as well. Well, he's a rookie. We don't really know how he's going to play for sure, but let's just say their big three is Gordon Hayward, Kyrie Irving, and Jason Tatum. Y'all supposed to beat the Cavs? Y'all supposed to beat John Wall and Bradley Beal and Otto Porter and them niggas y'all just got together. Y'all gonna have, there's always, when there's two or more superstars coming together, or all-stars in this case, coming together, there's always that time period where they need to gel with each other. They need to get the chemistry right. They're going to be wanting the ball in certain situations, but the other person's going to be wanting the ball. So I don't really see them. Do I think they're going to be second in the East behind the Cavs? No. But top 5? Yeah. Top 3? Maybe. But I don't see them being a threat to the Cavs, the Wizards. That's really it in the East. But I just don't see them being a threat at all, even though I think highly of Gordon Hayward, and I think Kyrie Irving, probably the coldest nigga I ever seen with the basketball in my life. So I don't want to sit here and talk bad because it's going to come off and me being negative, but I don't see them matching up with either the Cavs or the Wizards. Now, this next move might have came after the Gordon Hayward move, but I'm not too sure, and that's Chris Paul going to the Houston Rockets. And when it comes to CP and James Harden, I don't know if I can sit here and definitively give them the title of best backcourt, because depending on where they play Paul George in OKC, he might be at the 2 spot. So him and Westbrook might be the best backcourt. You have Steph and Clay, CJ and Dame, DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry as a backcourt. So there's so many good fucking backcourts. It's hard to just say CP and James Harden are the best backcourt automatically when we haven't seen them play. And you can say the same about OKC and their backcourt. But as far as the Houston Rockets as a team, they really traded away half their team for Chris Paul, and I really don't blame them because, for one, their bench was trash last year. And if you can get a player like Chris Paul, you have to trade away what you can while you can for Chris Paul. Like he's the type of player that can really make everybody on your team better. I know he hasn't made it out the second round. I know he's always had trouble with the Clippers, and he's a crybaby. Whatever the case may be when it comes to Chris Paul, I understand. But if you can get Chris Paul and you can trade away some bums on your bench or whatever the case may be, you have to do it. So their team, talking about the Rockets, their team is not. They don't have a lot of depth, whatever. They don't have a lot of players on the bench. They don't have a lot of playmakers. They don't have a lot of scorers. They have shooters. They have Eric Gordon. They have James Harden, CP, Ryan Anderson, who can shoot. But other than that, it's just like, who do they? Trevor Ariza as well. So they have pieces, but when you stack that up against Westbrook, Paul George, Melo, Steven Adams, then you go to the Warriors, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond, Andre Iguodala, Kevin Durant. It's just like, yeah, they have CP and Harden and Ariza, but it's like, y'all not fucking with these other niggas, you know what I'm saying? These other teams who are stacking up their fucking rosters. Now, a good matchup if you want to compare super teams or offseason moves, are the Rockets better than the Timberwolves on paper? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put it in perspective compared to other teams, because as you just look at it, CP, Harden, Ryan Anderson, Trevor Ariza, Eric Gordon, that's a solid team, but you compare it to these other super teams, shit. Now, before we move on to the Thunder and what they've done, because they've done a fucking excellent job this offseason, I can't really think of too many another notable move. I know Paul Millsap to the Nuggets, Gallinari to the Clippers. There's little moves here and there that are important, but I'm trying to just touch on the biggest ones so this video is not 2 hours long, you know what I'm saying? So we're just going to jump right into the Thunder and what they've done. They got Paul George, Westbrook, Melo, Steven Adams, Roberson. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. They got rid of Cantor. They got rid of Patrick Peterson. I don't think he's that good, but he's a stretch four, physical. So if you want to have their starting lineup be Westbrook, Paul George, Roberson, Melo at the 4, Steven Adams, or you can take Roberson to the bench, bring in Patrick Peterson just to have some size. That's dope as well, but they just need to work on the bench. They need to sign a couple veterans here or there, a couple knockdown shooters, capable playmakers. But when you have Westbrook, Paul George, deadly. Then you add Melo, who's the 64th best player in the NBA according to ESPN. If Melo's free agency move wasn't as big as it was, and people weren't giving a fuck about it as much as they were, that should tell you about ESPN's ranking of him being 64th best player in the league. They had Patrick Beverley ranked ahead of Carmelo Anthony, but Patrick Beverley's move to the Clippers didn't get 1 ounce of coverage. So why do you have Carmelo at 64, but you care so much about where he goes? That should tell you right there how good Carmelo is. But like I was saying, if you just have Westbrook and Paul George on your team, that right there is enough to get you to the Western Conference Finals. Westbrook had Victor Oladipo as the second best player last year, and he made the playoffs and won MVP, average a triple-double. What do you think he's going to do with Paul George and Melo? So if we're being honest, we could really sit here and say Westbrook is the best point guard in the league. I would say John Wall, but that's just my personal preference. But if you say Westbrook, I understand what you're saying. He led the league in scoring, average a triple-double. Yeah, I mean, I can't really argue you're the best point guard in the league, but whatever. But you take the best point guard in the league in most people's mind, and then you add Paul George, who's easily top 10, maybe top 6 players in the league, and I don't want to hear no different. And then you add Carmelo Anthony, who's, in my opinion, I always say he's the best scorer to ever play in the NBA because his post game, his 3-point, everything combined, he has no flaws when it comes to scoring. And just the offensive load that he is, I think that molds him to be easily, no matter what you say, Jordan, Durant, Kobe, Carmelo Anthony is easily a top 5 scorer to ever play the game. So you take Melo, who's a top 5 scorer to ever play the game, Paul George, who's top 10 easily in anybody's chart, then you add the best point guard in the league together. Them 3 niggas right there are already the second best team in the West. Now, when I say that, Warrior fans, don't get mad. Don't say, oh, them niggas haven't played together. Oh, the 3 niggas who want to shoot the ball every time. I understand them niggas. I understand the type of players that they are, the type of players they have to become to make it work. I understand, but when I say they're second in the West, it's not saying, oh, Warriors, these niggas are better than y'all. Y'all better watch out. I mean, y'all better watch out because them 3 niggas together, no telling what they can do. But there's such a big gap between the Warriors and the second best team in the West. So when I say the Thunder are the second best team in the West, Warriors are still sitting pretty. But y'all better get y'all seat ready because them motherfuckers is coming for that throne, you feel me? Because there's really no ceiling on what Paul George, Westbrook, and Melo can do together. So as a Warriors fan, I would be nervous, but I wouldn't be shaking in my boots. To wrap up this video, I'm going to do another video before the season starts, previewing every team, probably every team in the NBA. That's going to be more of my predictions, my playoff ranking, who's going to do what, who's going to be Rookie of the Year. I'm going to do a whole season preview. This video is more of like the off-season move headlines. The biggest moves that have happened this off-season, I just wanted to touch on and let you guys know how I felt about it. Now, I know these NBA talk videos don't get a lot of views. This one probably won't get a lot of views. But if you sat here and watched me talk about basketball, for one, hopefully you guys can see how much knowledge that I have and how much love I have for the game. This NBA shit is really all I know. So if you guys have sat here with me and really watched the video, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the ones who watch these videos more than any other video because these videos in the NBA is really what I love to talk about. And if you guys want to sit here and listen, I really fuck with y'all. So like I said, I will make another video previewing all the teams, maybe, we'll see, and all that shit. But this video, I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm very excited about what the Cavs have done. I know I talked negative initially about Kyrie Irving and that situation and what the Cavs have done, but I'm really excited about every single player that we picked up, including Jay Crowder. I know I said his dread sting. I know I said Isaiah Thomas a midget. Every player that we picked up, I really genuinely fuck with at this point. Like I'm really excited to see what the Cavs have done. We'll see what the Thunder can do with their big 3. The Warriors are sitting pretty still. Rockets are looking solid. This year, I'm going to definitively say the Timberwolves will make the playoffs, and hopefully don't make me look bad or look wrong or whatever. Lakers, Lonzo, we'll see what they can do. But other than that, like I said, I really appreciate you guys for sitting here talking NBA with me. Let me know your comments down below. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.